Hello everyone, I'm back and today we got to do a review of one of the biggest phone in the market right now. It's the Mi Max 3. Although it's not the latest phone, but those who have viewed my channel will know that I always like to take a look at a phone that's 1 to 2 years back old and see if it's still worthwhile buying it, especially with the heavy discount. So let's go! Alright, let's quickly take a look at what's included in the package. Let's put the phone aside. We have, I believe, some startup guide, a USB charging cable, quite standard, as well as a charging brick. So here it is in size comparison. On the left, we have an iPhone XR, a flip phone by ZTE Xiaomi. This is the Mi Max 3 as well as Herbal Packet 7-inch tablet. So comparing to a 7-inch tablet, it looks much more narrow and much easier to handle because of the aspect ratio. Although this is 6.9 inch, which is just barely smaller than a 7-inch tablet, it looks smaller because of its aspect ratio of 18 by 9 comparing to 16 by 9. It's definitely much thinner as well. Even comparing to an iPhone, it's much thinner. Also because it has curved back, much curved back comparing to an iPhone, it becomes much easier to handle. Comparing to this Xiaomi, which is at 7-inch, however, the aspect ratio is at 4 by 3, so it looks much different. Let me just show you. You can close it to a 5.2 inch Xiaomi. I will leave a review of this phone in the card at the top right hand corner. So it's also much thinner comparing to the Xiaomi. I must say, in terms of the form factor, I really like it. They really strike a very good balance in terms of the aspect ratio as well as the screen size. Initially, I thought it might be too big for me to handle. I'm not a very tall person. I have a quite small build. I'm about 1.68 meter tall. My hand, I have quite a relative small hand comparing to many of the other Asian. Yet, I find it very comfortable to hold this phone. Obviously, you can hold it with one hand, but it's impossible to use it with one hand. It's definitely a two-hand device. However, with its advantage of having a big screen and how much viewing pleasure it can bring you, I think it's worthwhile for using this device with both hands. I really love it. But one common question that I get a lot of the time is how well this phone fits into pocket. Well, I'm happy to say that this phone fits into any jeans side pocket. Because of its thin profile, it will even fit into those skinny type jeans. It will also fits in nicely into those 3/4 shorts back pocket. So definitely fit into any pockets. So I've been using this phone, the Mi Max 3, for the past 2 weeks now. I will share a little bit about my experience with it. I will talk about its usage, build quality, as well as its performance. For build quality, Xiaomi is well known for selling affordable and yet high quality phone. I'm not surprised here as well. Mi Max 3, super high quality. The buttons feel clicky, the phones, there's no creaks, it feels very premium. The back cover either is made of aluminium or some very good quality plastic. So build quality, thumbs up. The quality of the screen also is very good, although it's not super high resolution. It's at, I believe, at 2080 by 1080, which is not high res, but it's giving you 321 ppi, which means that the pixels is indistinguishable, so that's good enough as well. Also, the screen size, because it's so big, it's really immersive. It's good for reading ebook, good for watching Netflix and movies, and especially even better while you're playing games. it becomes so much fun and so much immersive. In fact, after using this for a while, when I go back to my iPhone XR, which is big by its own merit at 6.1 inch, but after using it for so long, it's hard to get back, but I can't get rid of my iPhone yet because of its ecosystem. I sure hope that iPhone or Apple comes out with something at this size. This would be really, really amazing. The other usage issue that a lot of people complain is the thumbprint sensor, as well as the on-off button is positioned way too up, so it's not easy to reach. But I kind of find it as an advantage and not a disadvantage, because if it's positioned high up, it becomes you prevent accidentally touch and accidentally pressing the on-off button. So I kind of like it instead of dislike it. One other thing that this phone has that a lot of other phone that doesn't have is a earphone jack. I like to have this because I still use some classic good quality earphone that require this earphone jack. It also comes with an IR blaster. Many phones has removed this function. It means that you can control all your remote control devices, such as your AV devices, your air condition. So this is very useful. It also has an inbuilt FM receiver. That's amazing as well. What else do you want to talk about this? The speakers is average. The Wi-Fi connection is fast enough, strong enough. All in all, I really enjoy using this for media consumption, especially games. Really like it. And the Mi UI interface by Xiaomi is also very good. I like it when I use it. I didn't install any other launcher. The phone is really stable. I think over the years Xiaomi had perfect its firmware, and I also get 2 updates after purchasing this phone, so it's very good as well for Xiaomi to keep its firmware updated. All in all, highly recommended, especially now after 1.5 years or 2 years after its launch. The price has dropped to $150 or less. With that kind of price range and the quality that it's offered and the immersive value that it brings to me, I really like it. In fact, nowadays I bring my iPhone along with this phone so I can play games and consume media while doing my work in my iPhone, which is required. This has become my media consumption device as well as a backup device. All in all, highly recommended. I will leave the purchase link of this phone in my description box below, so if you're interested, please give it do take a look. Yeah, love it. Alright, it comes to the end of the video now. If you like my video, appreciate you can give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this where I review amazing and yet affordable product from China, please consider subscribing. This is Daniel signing up. Goodbye everyone!